I've done this type of shopping where it was one item, and but what happened, that one item was not available anymore. I remember it was a espresso machine, and when that happened, I lose the order, lose the trip, everything. Then as I was checking out, I get a text message. I don't want that item. Can you pick out something else? I didn't even reply. I just went on my merry way and just delivered it. Small shopping wound up being all drinks. 140 count of water, 24 packs of Pepsi, six packs of other drinks, ice, then mostly frozen food after that. But I used my cart.
The Silver Dasher.
Morning. It is Wednesday. We'll be sparking all day today. Except I'm gonna after I do the morning spark here, I gotta go to my doctor. Since I thought it was yesterday, it wasn't. It's today. So I go to the doctor this morning. The first offer I had, I didn't take it. It was $24 for 16 miles for like 18 items. And I said, no, I don't like that. So I waited a few minutes, then I picked this one, $31.60 for 10.7 miles, just under an hour, and it's like 24 items. It says it's bulky item, but I can't see the bulky item. But what's going to be unique, part of the list is women's shorts, two different ones. So my acquiring or looking for clothing not been very good. Well, the last time I had something like that, this is right a couple days before Christmas, and somebody wanted to buy children's clothing. That didn't happen because the children's clothes were all decimated. So, all right, so let's go see how this is going to turn out. So this is probably going to be the only, normally I only have one shopping, but I always wait, to see if there's another one. But I probably won't wait that long because my appointments, it is after my normal time that I stop at Morning Spark. But, I need to change clothes and stuff like that. So we'll see. And then we'll spark the rest of the afternoon by going to Anniston. So let's head to Walmart and do some shopping. And then the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that shopping, but I suspect I'm not going to get the tip. I was able to find the women's clothing, no problem. But there was one item that Walmart didn't have, so it says make a substitution, which I did, and it was one of the very first items that I, shopped for. And so it said I'm pending for at least 30 minutes. And then came time to review. I looked, still pending. So I hit review complete and all that. Then as I was checking out, I get a text message. I don't want that item. Can you pick out something else? I didn't even reply. I just went on my merry way and just delivered it. So she got everything else except for that substitution that she didn't want. So we'll see. So anyway, I'm out here in lake and river country. So I've been out here before a couple times. I'm on an island, or I was. Yeah, there's several big islands on the river system that that have housing, little subdivisions. So that's where I was. So anyhow, make my way back towards Walmart. See if I get something else. If not, I'll call it a morning so I can get ready for my doctor's appointment. And then after that, go back to Sparking, but this time we'll go to Anniston. So, we'll see what happens. See you in a little bit. Welcome back. Just finished eating something. I'm off a little late. Had to go to a doctor. Normal checkup, you know, get the blood tests and cholesterol and all that kind of good stuff. So lost 4 pounds since last time I checked it, which was about 4 months ago. So not too bad. And doctors asking me to remove a medicine from me, so my blood pressure is okay. And so she's going to try for me not to take this one blood pressure medicine, see if everything will be still working. So anyway, so I'm a little late getting started heading to Anniston. So it's now 11 o'clock now. So it should be about 11:40 by the time I get there. So hopefully, if that's the case, hopefully maybe I get 3 or 4 trips that day. So, you know, so let's do this. On Anniston I go, and hopefully I'll get an order soon. See you in a little bit. Well, I've been sitting here for a while and finally had a couple things popped up, but finally got me a smaller order, a little over $30 for, I think about 3 miles. Yeah, 3.9 miles. Or close as $28.28. But it's a lot of drinks, so we'll try out the cart today. So, well, I'm gonna go in and do the shopping and do the customer. See you in a little bit. Well, I delivered that small shopping, and it wound up being all drinks. 140 count of water, 2 24 packs of Pepsi, 6 packs of other drinks, ice, then mostly frozen food after that. But I used my cart, made it a whole lot easier. And it was just double wide mobile home, but they had 2 entrances, but I saw the one that had a ramp up, so I said, I bet you that's where they go. So started loading up, dropping it off there, and sure enough, it came out and started picking up. So anyway, so now let's head back to Anniston and see if we can get another order. So see you in a little bit. Well, just as I got back to Anniston, I picked up another shopping for $21.07 for 5 miles. It's a double drop-off. One of it has a bulky items. See, one customer wants 9 items. Yeah, that's the. They want the big dog food, but they have some small groceries, and then the other person, just normal grocery stuff. So yeah, so looks like the big dog food is really the biggest thing. You know, but got a cart now, so. All right, so let's go ahead and get that started and do the shopping and the customers. See you in a little bit. Hi, sweetie. Hi. You can't go in my car. No. So I can't take you with me. No. Hi. Oh, look at those. They're sweet babies. Gee, I wonder who's the dog food's for. Huh? It's a dog food for y'all? I just made the, the second drop off of that small shopping order. The first drop off was to old part of town, but the second drop off is back in the neighborhood of my best friend. His neighborhood is right across the main road across my neighborhood. Boy, I drove my bike all up and down these hills. But this, what I just dropped off, is newer. I could tell this was added on later, probably maybe 20 years ago. I rode my bike around here 50 years ago. That's how long this place has been around. That's when I was 12 years old, and I noticed in the map, it is like an extension off the the neighborhood's just basically like one big oval shape with roads in between and houses everywhere. But this was like a spur off the circle, so that had to be added on later. But yeah, it's getting warm, 65. It's overcast, a little misty, which is fine. Heard it's gonna get cold again starting this coming Sunday for a few days, and then gets warm back up again. But I don't think that's going to be the final cold snap. I think we're going to have one more big one, just my opinion. But yeah, so yeah, that was I think that's just slow and steady. Hopefully I can get another shopping order. I got about an hour 45 minutes left before I need to go home. Yeah, the curry I made last night in the crock pot, oh man, it was good. It's good. I'm gonna make I had rice with it last night, but tonight I'm gonna make me some noodles and have with it. So yeah, I can't wait to get home and have that. So anyway, I'm gonna head back to Anniston, see if I can get another order. I haven't done a pickup here in a long time. So I take the back. I've been offered pickups. Express shopping. Let's see here. Oh. It went away. I didn't get a chance to look at it. Wow. It was $20 for 11 miles. That I almost would have picked it, but it's gone now. Also, I've turned off my Android Auto when I'm on my way home. On my way back to Walmart, because as you can see or hear, the little ding ding, whatever, the little alarm goes off, so I can see those orders better. So anyway, let's head back to Walmart and see if I can get something. See you in a little bit. I've been sitting here about 15 minutes here in Anniston, and been getting those, those 25 drop-offs, $60 for 50 miles, and I've taken those. But I finally got one, another shopping with a bulky item, $21 for 6 miles. It says it's going to take 23 minutes, and it's one item. And it's a microwave. So let's go get the microwave and deliver it. So see you in a little bit. Well, I just dropped off that one item shopping, which was a microwave. It was a near thing. I've done this type of shopping where it was one item, and but what happened, that one item was not available anymore. I remember it was a espresso machine, and when that happened, I lose the order, lose the trip, everything. This time, I was a little afraid this was going to happen. It was a $90 microwave, and they didn't have it. They had all the others, so I took the risk. I said, okay, ask for substitution. Then another one, and they had one of those left. I scanned it, and it took it. Same price, same brand, slightly different, and same size too, and that was important. But I delivered to a place here that, I mean, literally is across the railroad tracks. I mean, there's 2 sets of railroad tracks here. You've heard the word, live across the tracks. But it was a cute little house. You could tell that was the neighborhood. I think this used to be like, how you call them, factory worker housing. Like either that or railroad workers. They're just rows and rows of small houses. That's what it looked like to me. So anyway, instead of going back to Quintard, I'm going back here to Noble Street, if you're familiar with Anniston. I'm more of here in the industrial area, where the train tracks are, and there's a lot of businesses and storage facilities here. So I'm going to make my way back to Anniston Walmart. I've got about an hour left, so I'm hoping, and it's starting to clear up. The sun's coming out. It's been overcast and misty all day, but it's come across. Boy, I haven't seen that before. I'm gonna be honest, I've never been down this part of town. So yeah, now I'm getting familiar territory of Anniston. But yeah, that's never, entire time I've been here and lived here, never been in that area. So see something new. So anyway, let's head back, see if we can get one more order, and hopefully we can end the day on that note. All right, see you in a little bit. Well, I made it back to Anniston, and I finally got a shopping. And this is going to be my last of the day. It's a double drop off, $23.76 for 4.9 miles. It's going to take about an hour. Includes alcohol. Well, alcohol is a cold medicine. So anyway, let's go inside and do the shopping, and then make the deliveries. So see you in a little bit. Well, that's it. I am done. It's now 40 after 4 or 20 to 5. And, it's starting to get dark. Yeah. It was slow first today when I got to Anniston. It took a while, about 30 minutes or something like that, to finally get the first one. And they were all shopping. Now, granted, I did get pickup offers, but I don't know, the pickups are just getting bad lately. It's just like, $24, for 20 miles for 3 stops? No. If I'm going to do pickups for 3 stops, it's got to be, double dollar over the miles. Plus, this last drop off is put me near where my parents' house is, so it's real close for me to just head on home, which was really convenient. But yeah, today was a nice, good day. A little slow. I got off to a late start. I think I may have gotten 4 trips here in Anniston, but I got a late start because I had a doctor's appointment today. So, and the first drop off was a nice elderly couple. Well, I'm saying elderly; they're probably the same age as me now. In fact, the lady, she looked familiar. I may have gone to school with her, but that 50 years ago. Half a century. Wow. But yeah, so yeah, gonna go home. I'm gonna fix noodles to eat with my curry that I made last night. Oh, it turned out so good. The trick is for, now the instructions said, brown your meat, like stew meat, brown it and cook it, and then add, carrots and onions and stuff like that, and then water. And then when it's boiling, you put the curry stuff in. But I just put it all in one pot, in a crock pot. Didn't brown the meat. Just let it go. I did salt it a little bit. Put that in there, and then I got those 2 containers of which is onion, celery, and carrot mixture. It's from Walmart. It's those little clear plastic containers, 2 packs of those, and a big pack of mushrooms, not mushrooms in a can, but right below the, you know, those onions where the vegetables are, produce, they got mushrooms in a, you know, cellophane, you know, cardboard container with cellophane over it. So I got sliced mushrooms, and they were big, but when you cook them in a crock pot, they'll shrink a little bit. But boy, they turned out good. And the meat just turned tender. It just fell apart. Mixed in with the curry. And so I did two packs of curry, mild. My wife can't really, even though the hot is not really that hot, but I go with, my wife's been having a severe allergic reaction to some medicine she's been taking for years. And now she's got to be weaned off of it. And what has happened, she gets rashes now and itches all the time. And it's a known issue with this medicine. After some people will develop an allergy to it. And so, but now she has to take a different type of medicine to let that finally get that old medicine out of her. It's going to say it takes up to 6 months. So what's happened though, this is really weird. For the longest time, my wife didn't have a sense of smell. Now that she had this allergic reaction, her sense of smell has returned. But what's also strange is that anything that she eats, it seems to be more spicy. It doesn't matter what it is. The only thing that doesn't seem to be more spicy is water. And she said it's really bad. So that's why I went with the mild to help somewhat with her. But yeah, she's been suffering. You know, she has to take medicine to help with the itching, but also, you know, some special cream. Trust me, having, you know, hives on it, it's not pleasant. It's not pleasant. So anyway, enough for the sad story. But yeah, she's getting better. It's not as bad now. It's not as bad when it first happened. It was bad, but now it comes and goes. It doesn't. You know, she'll itch, and she'll take it, and they'll go away. So it's not constant anymore. So it's getting better. But yeah, so whew, that's gonna be it for me. But tomorrow, I'm gonna do Spark in the morning and DoorDash. I tell you this, I am not doing EBT, earned by time. That in my area does not work. I spent 4 hours. We got a little boo-boo up here. Spent 4 hours sitting on doing EBT, and I only had just over 2 hour active. Now you only get paid for active time. That means the time that you actually were on the delivery. And what happens, they sent me all the long ass, you know, no tip stuff, because I went and looked back afterwards, and sure enough, those of those 4 trips, five deliveries, only 2 gave a tip, the rest did not. And so that is not worth it. Sorry, not worth it at all. And I think some people thought, why don't you try EBT? I think some people were confused that it's the entire time that you dash. No. So I'm not getting paid for waiting for an order. I only get paid on the time that I actually accept an order, then the clock starts. And my time, and I found out that the earned by time rate is different in different areas. For example, somebody told me that it's $15 in their area. Mine was $10. Probably $10 is the minimum amount. So, nope. And I only gained 1 point in ARs, you know, so it didn't really help me in that regard. So tomorrow I'm just gonna be normal stuff. I'm solidly in gold now. So anyhow, but yeah, we'll see how tomorrow goes. Hope you all enjoying the new schedule of the videos. Right now, Wednesday is the second one. So the video that got posted today, as of this recording, was recorded last week. And by the time you see this, it'd be 2 weeks for that video. So anyway, heading home, and when I get there, I'll give a summary of the day. So see you in a little bit. Welcome back. I'm not home yet. I just talked to the wife, and she wants me to stop by Walmart, pick up some things. So when I do get home, I don't want to waste time sitting there giving a summary when I have stuff that needs to come inside. So I will give a summary right now. And this is not so bad because I did Spark all day, so I don't have to give a DoorDash numbers. But looking at just for today, unconfirmed, well, I'm going to start with confirmed earnings. I had $77.81. And then unconfirmed tips was $47.99. So, that's over $100, that's pretty darn good. Hope I get all those tips. I told you about the first one. I think I may lose part of the tip because I did not get the email, the text message in time for the person who didn't want the barbecue sauce. Well, they got the barbecue sauce, but it's not my fault. That stuff was pending for 30 minutes because it was one of the first items that I picked up. See, the way I do shopping is I look at the preview and I look to see, okay, let's look for the pharmacy stuff or over the counter, anything in the pharmacy area, because it's on the opposite end. I always park by the grocery end because by the time, grocery is the main thing we get, and then I come out where I'm parked. But the pharmacy is on the opposite side of the store. So here's how I do the shopping. One, I go to the pharmacy, and then in this case I had to go pick clothing. So after that I went clothing. But then normally I go, if there's pet supplies, then I go buy pet supplies, and then I go through and pick up like the paper stuff, paper towels or toilet paper. They're in their own little section. Then I start picking up just the groceries. Nothing that's not anything that's perishable or frozen or in. So I usually start with bread, and then I put that on the seat of the cart. Then the drinks, Cokes and waters and stuff like that. But then I go through what they consider groceries. So I get everything that's not frozen or cold or perishable. I get all that first. I even go pick up if sometimes lately people are just saying, impulse buying, the stuff you see at the cash register. I even get that first because I don't want to waste time once I'm almost finished. Well, how can I find this? No. Reason being for that, once you start picking up your first cold item, you're on the clock. Not when you complete the groceries or go out. It's when you pick up the very first item. You're on the clock. And then I don't know how many hours it is you're on a deadline. That's why it's important. So when we do these reviews, if the item is pending and I'm ready to go, we're done, because especially if I got perishables, review's done. I'm not doing that, feeling with, now if in the middle of grocery shopping and a customer contacts me, and what I was going to tell her if I got it in time was that, if you see something you don't want, right, cancel, reject the offer, the substitution right away. Don't send me a text message, change that, I don't really like that. Well, you didn't reject it, so it was still pending when at the review. So very important. So that's the order that I do. And so I have all the dry stuff basically in the back of the cart and the cold stuff in the front. So, and then I bag everything up the same way. So I bag all the cold stuff up first, pull it out there, and then bag all the normal stuff, then I put everything back in the cart. So, yeah, method to the madness. I guess it just comes from the time when I was early in my youth. While I was in high school, I worked part-time. I think I mentioned this before. I lived in the military base. I was in Fort Benning, Georgia. Worked part-time doing bagging groceries at the commissary. It was purely tips. And Fort Benning is a big base, and the commissary was huge. We had like about 150 people, all civilians that came in to help do bag groceries. Everybody worked on tips. So payday Saturday was a big day. So yeah, that was special. But yeah, I made quite a bit of money. Since spending money, boy, I spent a lot of those quarters at arcade that was next to the commissary. I think I mentioned that before. But I would, save it, roll it up, and then take it to the bank and deposit it. I saved all that money. That helped, I put it in the bank. I would buy at the time. I would buy some records. There was no computers back then when I was in high school. There was no. We had the only electronic games we had. There was no consoles. There were games like handhelds. Like if you're old school, remember Mattel football. Those type of games. That's what I had. I remember I had a game similar to that. It was about the old from Mattel Battlestar Galactica. It was a cool game, but that was the craze. Right after Star Wars was 1977. So I was in 7th grade. Because I was a freshman when I did 79. 78 to 79 when that marching season. So anyhow, but that's the summary. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, I urge you to select like. But if you enjoyed the content I'm doing, I urge you to subscribe to see my adventures and misadventures. And I encourage you to join the membership club so you can see the weekly recap. So I do that after Sunday. I put it together, and now with the new schedule, I post those weekly recaps on Monday. I go over recap the previous week. I go over the earnings, the mileage. I do some calculations, how much I made per hour and that type of thing. So all that is in the video that's exclusive to the membership club. So if you want to see that type of stuff, I urge you to join. Also, check out the links both in the videos and the channel for the equipment that I use and for the clothing that I wear. If you're interested in purchasing that, that helps the channel also. So anyway, it's after 5 o'clock now. I'm about 20 minutes away from the Pell City Walmart. This was a good day. Slow, a little bit slow, but a good day. So anyway, we will do this again tomorrow. First with the Spark, and then the DoorDash. So hope you enjoy your evening, and we will see you later. Bye.